this video, I'm going to be talking about inner child healing. And I feel like this term goes around a lot, and everyone and all the spiritual people are talking about inner child healing and doing inner child healing and telling you that you should do inner child healing, but you don't know what it is. And so in this video, I'm going to go over that. And I just want you guys to know that right now, my waitlist is open for my online course that's coming out, and it is called the Goddess Glow Up series, and it is the 5-day guide to an abundant life. In that course, I will be teaching you how to bring abundance into your life, and what abundance is, what it means, and how you can live your most abundant life and feel actually abundant. And I'm going to go over inner child healing and what it entails, because I truly believe that the more inner healing that you do, the more abundance is able to come into your life, the more love is able to come into your life, the more you attract higher vibe opportunities, people, and things into your life. And so this is why I'm doing this video, and this is why inner child healing is so important, because it's like, without even knowing it, without even being aware, we create these blockages within our life. We create different types of rules that stem from us as a child. A lot of our beliefs about ourselves and a lot of the rules that we make up in our life comes from our childhood. And I believe it is before the age of 7, you have already developed 80% of your beliefs about yourself. You have developed 80% of the rules that you live by in your life by the age of 7. Isn't that insane? And this is programmed in our subconscious mind, and essentially it's a bunch of big freaking kids running this world. And so that's why we dive into inner child healing. All of us has that inner child. And to learn more about belief systems and where it comes from, and how to shift your beliefs, I have a video, and I'll put a link down below about belief systems, the programs that you run off of. And a lot of the time, these beliefs are called limiting beliefs. And these limiting beliefs are the beliefs that are holding you back from achieving your goals, from achieving what you want to achieve. Essentially, it is blocking, if you want to have love in your life, it's blocking love from your life. If you want to have money in your life, it's probably blocking the money in your life. And if you just want, to feel loved and that freedom and security, these beliefs that you have, that came from you as a child, it just depends on a certain event. We all go through some sort of trauma, and trauma just means to be hurt. So if you are hurt, you have gone through trauma. And so, okay, going back to inner child healing. So that's what it means. Inner child healing just means that you go within and you find your inner child, and we all have our inner child. And with that is awareness. The key is awareness. When you become aware of the certain beliefs that you have in your life that stem from your childhood, that's when you're able to shift beliefs around. And that's also when you're able to go within and to give yourself the love and the attention that you desired as a child, and that you probably desire now. You're probably in survival mode. Your subconscious mind those programs are deeply rooted into your subconscious mind right now, and you're surviving. You're not thriving, you're surviving with these programs. And you essentially will self-sabotage yourself because of these certain beliefs that you have internally that you're not aware of. If you're wondering why you can't achieve a goal, if you're wondering why you can't release 10 pounds, if you're wondering why love can't come into your life, if you're wondering why you can't bring the income that you want to bring in, it's probably because you have these programs running and these beliefs running within your subconscious mind that is not aiding you. You're self-sabotaging yourself. When you become aware of the beliefs, you're able to ask yourself, it's just like thoughts go within your head. So let's dive in. And as a child, I'm sorry if you guys can hear, I wash washing machine. But as a child, you were told, yeah, I'll use an instance for me. I was always pitted against my siblings. I had a narcissistic parent, and I was pitted against my parents and always compared. I always felt like I was like the scapegoat or the one who was always shushed. And with that, I started to believe that whatever I had to say did not matter. And so now, when I find myself withholding what I want to say, I'm just like, you know what? Like, why are you so scared about sharing? I go, and this is me talking to me. I go within, I'm like, why are you so scared about sharing this right now? Like, why are you so anxiety ridden about sharing what this thought is not even something to be afraid of sharing. You know, being vulnerable, being open, sharing what I actually have to say. If I had something that was opposite of whatever else anyone was saying, I had a problem sharing that. My throat chakra was blocked. And so I had to go within and be like, you know what you have to say really matters. And I know as a child, you were not given the opportunity to speak as much as you wanted to, but right now it's a safe place for you to be open, to be honest. And you never know what you sharing can open up, can bring to the table. And I have to go within and be like, ask myself these questions, you know? If you feel like you're withholding, you have to go within and be like, okay, so why do I believe this is true? Where did this belief that I have stem from? Where did this program come from? And a lot of the time you'll find that it came from your childhood. It came from your parents. And you know, you may have had a wonderful life. You may have not been through such a traumatic experiences as a child, but the thing is like, if you were hurt as a child, if teachers just even told you like, what the heck, or you know, like a comment like, what is that? Or you got a C on a paper one time, or an F on let's just do an F, because unless you're highly ambitious like I am, a C would have been like, you know, but if you had like an F on one test, you developed a belief like, I'm not good enough. It could just be little things like that. It doesn't have to be like this whole big traumatic experience that this belief came from. It just can come from a simple little thing too, that you were hurt by. And even if that it's simple, it still means that you were hurt and your feelings are valid. Whatever you're feeling is valid. And for you to be able to dive into that feeling is healing. You actually feeling what is going inside is going to help heal you. Because a lot of the time what we do is when we block our feelings, we're not taught about emotions. We're taught that our emotions are invalid. They're not wanted. They're unnecessary. And so we start to hide our feelings away, our emotions. But everyone has emotions. Your emotions are your guide to healing. And they are what are your triggers to figuring out what is going on within you, what you need to heal, guiding you to your inner child, and being able to dive within and be aware of what's going on within your heart and your mind or your subconscious mind. You will be able to start shifting those beliefs around. And that's what the inner child is healing is for. It's to shift those beliefs around. And ask yourself the questions. Ask yourself, where did it come from? What event caused me to have this belief? And then give yourself the love and attention and validation that you always wanted as a child. And with that, practice a lot of self-care. Like, this is, to me, a self-care. If you're trying to bring money into your life, you're trying to bring in that abundance, with healing, you will bring that abundance in. Find out, you know, where that belief stemmed from, that you cannot have all the money in the world, you know, well, you cannot have enough money for you, you know, to have that freedom. And then embody the emotion that you want to feel when you receive abundance of money or love or attention or friendships, whatever it may be that you're craving. Feel that emotion within you and think about how amazing it would feel to have that. And then, okay, so going back to the self-care, Self-care is, if you want abundance of money in your life, then you are investing into yourself. You are investing more money to either books, to seminars, to your personal growth, to courses, to whatever it may be, or into your business. You have to invest, you have to take that little risk, because you don't know what's going to come out on the other side of that investment, right? You have to be a little scared. Just like with love. You have to, open up and be vulnerable. And you have to take that risk, be like, I really like you. I would love to go on a date with you. It's that investment. It's that getting over that fear. And that right there is true self-care, investing into yourself. Being vulnerable and taking that risk so that you can receive a reward later. Don't know what's on the other side. But that's why your mind shift it's a practice. Inner child healing is a practice. It's an everyday occurrence. You have to practice it every single day. You have to practice your mindset every single day to get to where you want to be. And then when you're practicing this, it will come. There's no need to fear. Faith and fear cannot live in the same space. That's it on inner child healing. If you guys have any more questions, please comment below or send me a DM on Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Join my waitlist for my Goddess Glow Up series, the 5-day guide to an abundant life, and do some healing with us, learn how to become abundant, and start shifting some stuff around in your life so that you are not blocking the abundance that the universe wants to give you. Alrighty, sending you much love. Bye.